Okay, so obviously I want to start off with the Dear Mama episode 5, the finale episode. There's a number of things that I'm going to ask you about, but I want to start off with the very first part of the very first few seconds, actually, of the episode. Tupac's cousin, Jamala, mentions that 2 weeks before the Vegas incident, Tupac, in her words, was on the phone, veins bulging, foaming at the mouth, saying that he was going to blow up the Death Row studio because he wants his masters. Do you have any input on that statement?
I wasn't on the phone with him or anything, but Tupac, that has happened. Tupac was like that. I guess that probably was the day when me and David Kenner got fired. The letter he probably sent off. I'm pretty sure that was always his way of getting a hold of Suge or getting something from Suge when he wanted something. It was to call and go off. That's how James do it. That's how I did it in my little slick ways. That's how everybody did it when you want something from Suge. You call the office going off and making threats and stuff. That's just how dudes do. But it's so funny to me. For 1 minute, everybody want to say he wasn't signed to Death Row. So if he signed to Death Row, wasn't signed to Death Row, why would he have to call getting permission to get his masters? He just send a lawyer with paperwork over there to get it or whatever, right? But that's just because idiots want to push that agenda. I always wonder why I always see lawsuits and had to defend several lawsuits. If he wasn't signed to Death Row, he was signed directly to Interscope. But that's too deep for people that, that's not that bright. I can't say that it did or didn't happen. Jamila was around. She was real young, but she was around towards the end, like they all were. Once he got the house in Calabasas, and he was bringing his family around during that process. So I can't say that it didn't or didn't happen. Like I said, if it was 2 weeks, that's about August the 27th, the day that me and David Kenner supposed to got our letters to be fired, which I really wish I would have known that, because I sure wouldn't have had no security on him if I knew he felt that way or felt he felt that way. And then I wouldn't be having to, I probably would have never got on YouTube, because you motherfuckers wouldn't be accusing me of having something to do with his murder, or other than, my employees being negligent, for lack of a better word. But to sit up here and try to deny that it happened or didn't happen, I don't know. But what would that... Y'all listen to this audio.
You believe in God?
Certainly.
Believe in Death Row East. Believe in that, for real.
That's it right there.
But if you believe in God, believe in Death Row East. We plan to take the same strategy we use with Death Row West, which is mind over matter, taking all our weaknesses and making it into our strengths. We know that we got strength in numbers. We already run the streets out here. So now we just gonna help some of these brothers get their money on, because we know they got talent. We got the ways to make them use their talent to the maximum effect. And that's what this is about. Everybody rap. We don't rap. We rap to make money. We do business.
Okay. So after hearing that, that's September, about the 3rd or the 4th, that audio y'all just heard. Y'all see those pictures with him and Suge? Riding in the car and all of that. He must be the best actor in the motherfucking world, or he's the biggest snake in the motherfucking world, or he just did what I say and what I believe. He just was going off, if that's true. I'm not denying that it did or didn't happen, because more likely it probably did. But for him to be promoting the things on MTV News or at the award show, and speaking about Death Row and speaking about Death Row East and all of that y'all just heard. Man, what type of dude does that if they really want to not be with somebody or be away from somebody? Tupac wasn't a snake, y'all. Y'all know it. Y'all, most of y'all, his fans and stuff like that. Y'all know his personality and stuff like that. He was spontaneous, yes. But he wasn't fucking with you no more. Like people that got cut out of his life. He stopped fucking with them. Y'all see any pictures with Mopreme after he stopped fucking with them? Y'all see any pictures with Gobi in them after he stopped fucking with them? Y'all see any pictures with, man, I ain't gonna start naming names. But once he stopped fucking with niggas, all those digital underground niggas and stuff, after he stopped fucking with them, man, I done heard so many interviews, man, I'm starting to wonder who else was supposed to have been in the car with Tupac on Vegas. I done heard so many interviews lately where, oh yeah, I was gonna be in the car. We was gonna be in Vegas with Tupac. Everybody I'm gonna be in the car. I was supposed to have been there with Tupac's story. Everybody. So Tupac, hey, all I got to say on that is it must have got worked out. That's how everybody came at Suge that was still in the circle. That's just how you got stuff done for whatever you wanted done at the time. I'm not going to be up here and say there was time when Tupac and Suge wasn't, you know, he was like, oh, no, I ain't doing that. I mean, I done been on the phone with Anton or whatever his name is when they were trying to get stuff cleared up with the lawyer to get a lot of those judgments cleared up. Well, Suge and they'll be like, we ain't taking care of that right now. We ain't doing that right now. Well, Pac could be like, man, get it done, you know. And so there's always a process on things getting done. People just don't get what they want all the time just because, you know, you just make a star and all of that. No, I'm not going to sit up there and say that it happened. It eventually happened, but it didn't always happen clockwork like people wanted it to happen. And generally, unfortunately, what they say, what's the term? The squeaky wheel get greased or get oiled or whatever. And that's how a lot of times you did have to act with Suge to get things done. Or most of the time it wasn't Suge. To be honest, it was usually David Kidder ass or Norris or Calvin Tubbs, you know, who was taking their time to get stuff or checks done from Steve Cantrock or something like that. And so a lot of times, Suge didn't even know about it. It was a lot of times on my invoice. I was like, hey, man, Suge, I ain't been paid in 2 weeks. My invoice ain't been taken care of. And he'd get on the phone, David, why Reg said, you know, his security, you know, he got this bill. Oh, yeah, I'll take care of that right now, Suge. So that showed me right there that Suge didn't know. He didn't know. He had people in position running that stuff to take care of stuff. He'll tell us the night before. How many times people that, you know, work for Death Row have been sitting in the parking lot at Candy Down when you finally got a hold to him, he said, oh yeah, I have a check for you tomorrow. And you be calling by 12 noon, hey, Suge said I have a check. All right, we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. It was just a process. That's how stuff worked. And I know y'all be like, well, that shouldn't have happened to Tupac and all of that. Well, yeah, it shouldn't, but it did. Yeah. It happened to Snoop. It happened to Reggie. I don't know about David Kidder because he was in control of the bag then until, you know, Calvin Tubbs eventually became over that part. And